bathroom. Senemandla. Mina unayo yami. Sasidle kudala sekufika. Skaledi na. Mala iseka back. Morning good. Khona njani pa?
And then?
This is an opportunity for us to have our meditation or silent prayer. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Honorable members, on the statement by members, let me just remind all honorable members that in terms of our rules, the time allocation for member statements is as follows. Each statement is 1.5 minutes. MEC's response to a statement is 2 minutes, and a maximum of 7 statements are allowed under this rule. Are there any member statements? Honorable Munini.
Honorable Speaker, good morning and to all in the August House. Honorable Speaker, the African National Congress has learned with sadness and shock about the brutal killing of a mother by a husband. A husband shot and killed his wife before turning the gun on himself on Tuesday morning. This gruesome murder took place in Kapokwen on Tuesday morning, the 6th of August 2014. There is a fatal violence against women in South Africa, and most of the women who are killed by their current or former partners. Gender killing of women and girls remain a grave concern to all of us. Honorable Speaker, we condemn the barbaric murder, gender-based violence and femicide, and domestic violence that affect our women on a daily basis. Our criminal justice must come up with ways to prevent and end violence against women and gender-related killings. We are deeply saddened by this inhuman behavior. We urge anyone who may be experiencing or aware of domestic violence to seek help. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member Munini. MEC, can you respond?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, indeed, it's a great concern. That shows what the Honorable Member has raised is an indication that how the moral fiber of our society degenerated to a level where we at a point where we kill one another. We kill one another like flies. So indeed, it's a great concern. Hence, we have taken that responsibility as a department to work with traditional leaders and all stakeholders so that we bring back our moral to our community. Indeed, we are concerned and we take what the Honorable Member has raised. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Any other statements? Honorable Malachi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to your good self, and also greetings to the honorable members and all traditional leaders present. Honorable Speaker, on the 9th August, we will join the rest of the country in commemorating the National Women's Day. Honorable Speaker, as we all know that we celebrate an important day in the history of the country as a tribute to more than 20,000 women who marched to the Union buildings on the 9th August 1956 in protest against the extension of the pass law to women. These brave women came together and confronted a very powerful and evil apartheid system, and their efforts were not in vain. Honorable Speaker, when we observe this day, the EFF would like to make a clarion call to today's women to stand up and band together against gender-based violence, inequality, and unemployment. With this short statement, the EFF would like to make a call and challenge this provincial government and Department of Community Safety, Security, and Liaising to come up with programs and campaigns that will help to put an end to the scourge of GBV against women in our beautiful province. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Malachi. Honorable MEC.
Aye.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to yourself and greetings to all the members. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, we are also joining hands with all the parties and also our communities that we come together in terms of fighting this GBV. it is indeed a great concern that we are celebrating the Women's Month while there are killings that are still happening in our communities. So this is a call to all our stakeholders and also our communities that we must join hands in order to fight this scourge. Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable MEC. Honorable Grove Morgan.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Greetings to the House at large. Honourable Speaker, I rise to deliver a member statement on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. Honourable Speaker, the youth of Mpumalanga are dying due to alcohol and drug abuse, while we as government turn a blind eye. Drugs and alcohol abuse has become a pandemic in Mpumalanga as more and more young people resort to drugs and alcohol. A recent study of young adults in the 4 public high schools in Mpumalanga revealed that 45% of learners between 14 and 23 years reported to have used alcohol or drugs. Alcohol was the most used substance, 74%, followed by cigarettes, 12%, and cannabis, 11%. But now, Honourable Speaker, the learners say they use drugs and alcohol out of social influence, curiosity and to find joy, and to eliminate stress, especially in social events. This pandemic has become so bad that children as young as 12 are being approached by drug dealers inside and as well as outside of schools. We talk about creating jobs for the youth while we watch our children succumb to drugs. As the DA, we would like to see and hear that drug dealers are being arrested and being dealt with as harshly as the law allows, and that the Department of Safety and Security must have a plan to assist on this issue, especially in schools. This government should invest more on search and seize at schools, drug rehab programs, and inpatient treatment center. Saphela sive ngenyawupe. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Morgan. Can the MEC respond?
Thank you very much once again, Honorable Speaker. Indeed, it's a great concern. We are at an advanced stage as a department working with the police. We have already profiling all the schools whom we have identified as hotspot. In no time we are going to pounce on those schools. We are still looking at the legalities, because once you enter the school, we must not be accused that we are disturbing the culture of learning in the school. So therefore, it's a matter that we are busy with. We have all profiled the school that are hotspot, as I've already said. I'm happy, Honorable Speaker, that the men and women in blue are working. Recently, we have just arrested a drug lord in Pushback Ridge, Ward 9. So we are busy. The work is continuing. As I've said, Honorable Speaker, that our work, our service delivery is to see criminal behind bars. We are not worried about water and other stuff. We are worried about criminal being put behind bars. That is our service delivery. Thank you, Dr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. We are now moving to Honorable Chibi. Honorable Masango.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, the DA is concerned that since after the local election in 2021, the Mkondo local municipality has been plagued with political instability. It was the minority government that was more obsessed with removing the ANC administration instead of taking service delivery to the people. After the ANC took over with the majority, the municipality administration has been leaderless, operating with an acting MM and an acting CFO. Speaker, they are also now obsessed with who should be the MM and who should be the CFO, instead of taking service delivery to the people. An urgent intervention from this provincial government is needed to restore order in the municipality and ensure that community get the service delivery they deserve. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Masango. MEC.
Well, Siyabonga, Speaker, and thanks very much. Well, we are indeed dealing with the problem. But if it was not yourself before an elect and someone who's not supposed to be elected, we would not have this problem. So but we are attending the matter. I will be in Mkondo next week. We have the report of Section 106, and we're doing the matter. And probably where possible, will effect some arrest. So the matter receives attention. So from where we sit, we have already seconded a municipal manager to take the process forward. We take your concern, it's our concern too. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Honorable Qibi.
Thank you, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, allow me to join the MEC of Public Safety when you quote Amica Cabral on my statement. Open quotes. Hide nothing from the masses of our people. Tell no lies. Expose lies whenever they are told. Mask no difficulties, mistaken failures. Claim no easy victory. Close quote. Honorable Speaker, the EFF is very in deep concern with the discomfort of our people that are subjected by the Department of Health in our hospital. Honorable Speaker, the EFF is concerned with the shortage of consumable including medication, the shortage of skilled personnel such as orthopedic specialists. Hospitals still do not have proper security. There are challenges with National Health Laboratory Services, with which it cause delays of the specimen and issuing result, which impact optimal management of our patient. Honorable Speaker, in the whole hospital of Bushbuck Ridge, there are only 2 orthopedic doctors, which are Dr. Kalfon and Harare. And those doctors are expected to deal with 3 hospitals, Akonuk and Tinswalo Hospital, Mapulaning and Matikwan. With that, which result to the people get amputated because they are not doctors. Thank you. We argue that the Department of Health must make sure that they deal with this matter and hire more specialists in terms of that. Thank you.
Honorable MEC.
Thank you very much. You know, I like the statement because Bushbuck Ridge, Mapulaneng, the very same doctors that they are referring to, they are the one who committed to me and they are implementing that MEC in the whole province want to be the best hospital ever and want to give you 10 days wasting time in terms of orthopedic and operating patient. They are living to that standard. And you come here and talk about things that you don't know. For us to have 2 orthopedic in Mapulaneng is a blessing. A rural municipality where you can't even attract, they are the best in the whole province in terms of orthopedic. So, hey, you want me to talk more about that doctor because he made a commitment that I want to be the best ever in the province. And he's living to that standard. So what are you talking about? Because there are not even backlog in terms of orthopedic in Mapulaneng. And you come here where you can go, I could go with you with that doctor. You tell you because you want us to clarify those things. Mapulaneng is the best. They've given me 10 days wasting time as a hospital. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC.
Don't be emotional.
We have now come to the end of the statements by members. Oh, Honorable Lukel. This is the last statement in terms of our rules.
Honorable Speaker, allow me to stand on behalf of MK and raise the matter Yama drugs on this Women's Month in Mpumalanga. Honorable Speaker, ngiyakhuluma lana u-MEC uyakhuluma lapha uvulewa committee. Honorable Speaker, in 2019 in this August House, a certain political party member raised indaba yama drugs in my sub-region, which is Emalahleni. And it's a problem because we see abantwana bethu being ravaged by ama drugs every day. And the MEC, the then MEC, Ukabsile, promised ukuthi they will reintroduce the specialized narcotic drug unit. Till today, Honorable Speaker, nothing is happening. So I feel ukuthi we are always promised ukuthi something will be done, and something is not done. I'm intimidated, Honorable Speaker.
By who, Honorable Member?
Honorable Masango.
Okay.
The Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Masango. Okay, you can continue now. I'm protecting you.
Thank you.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Point of order.
Honorable Member Masilela.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The statement regarding the drug abuse has been raised by Honorable Khrovie Morgan. Thank you very much.
I was referring to the issue of Emalahleni, Honorable Speaker, where we have a problem. I'm a parent, I see it every day, and I'm concerned, and we are concerned as MK. This matter, it needs to be attended to.
Okay, Honorable Member.
We have a problem also, which relates to the issue of transportation in that very same area, but it's not only for Emalahleni yodwa, when it comes to dealing with the issue of drugs. So I'm raising this matter so that it must get the attention that it needs. It should not be a promise only, but we need to speed up this matter because bayaphela abantwana bethu. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Member, I think I'm not going to give another opportunity because the MEC has already spoken to the matter. I think we are of the view that the similar, statement has been posed, but I think the MEC has responded accordingly. We are now moving to the executive statements. Members, I am informed that there are no executive statements. We are now on motions without notice. Any motions? Honorable Mbuyani?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to you and members, honorable members in the August House. Honorable Speaker, I rise to move a motion without notice on behalf of the ANC to congratulate the University of Mpumalanga, Professor Togoma Ekiso, for the recognition she received for her visionary leadership. She has received the Reclamation Group's Public Sector Visionary Award. This award recognizes outstanding leaders in the public sector who have shown extraordinary leadership. Noting that Prof. Maekiso is the founding Vice Chancellor of UMP, as a result of her leadership acumen, she has demonstrated exceptional leadership by enhancing community engagement and exemplary public service. Further noting that this award is a validation and acknowledgement of UMP decade of excellence as part of a pioneering journey, Luhambo lwemhlahlandlela. On those basis, I move on behalf of the ANC for the August House to congratulate Prof. Maekiso on her achievements and that the provincial government will continue to work with the University of Mpumalanga. I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mbuyane. The question before the House is whether we agree to adopt the motion.
Agreed.
As so agreed. Honorable Tulsile Koza.
Angibonge somlomo lohloniphekile. Ngiphakamela kufaka sishukumiso sekuthi siyinhlangano lebusako iAfrican National Congress sithandza khalalisela bukhosi bakamhlaba lobukanekise enzaweni yasemagogeni esigodini sasenkomazi ngikubungata ummemo lobe impumelelo kakhulu ngimhla 13 enyangeni yengci kulomnyaka losetulu. Ummemo ngilapho buholi benzabuko bungata khona emasiko nemihambo aleso sive lesiphila kuleyo ndzawo. Lo mcimbi ohanjelwe makhosi ongana alesifunza sempumalanga, lamanye la abuye khona esifundeni saKwaZulu Natal, lamanye abuye esifundeni saseGauteng, lamanye abuye kaGogo eSwatini. Somlomo lohloniphekile, lo mbungato walonyaka bewuhlukile kunaleminye leke yaba khona ebukhosini bakamhlaba ngaphasi kwenkosi indlemane yosibili. Tihambeli talonyaka tifake ekhatsi baphathiswa bematiko bosodolopha ematiko wahulumende baholi betepolitiki kakhulukati baholi lebabuya ku-African National Congress Linani libe lihambele lo memo kulomnyaka linganiselwa kutinkulungwane leti 17 kuya eTulu. Inkosi Ndlemane wesibili ikhumbute sive ngekubaluleka kwekugcina emasiko nemihambo yaphinze futhi yakhuta kulesihlava lesikhona sekuhlukunyetwa nekubulawa ikakhulukati kwabomake nebantwana. Ngicela indlu kwekuthi ihalalisele bukhosi bakamhlaba ngekubungata ummemo lobe impumelelo. Ngiyabonga kakhulu somlomo.
Thank you, Honorable Koza. Does the House agree to adopt this motion?
Agreed.
As so agreed. Honorable Ngwenya.
Thank you, Speaker. Greeting to the House. All protocol observed. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of economic freedom fighters to applaud the Department of Health for responding to the EFF long call for the operation of community clinics 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The EFF strongly believes that health services challenges are not limited to a specific time period and can afflict a person at all, any time of the day or night. It is therefore unacceptable for the clinic to operate at limited time. The EFF called for the Department of Health to ensure that all community clinics have access to at least one ambulance on standby that will provide emergency response and pre-hospital care. Services should a need arise. In closing, I want to request Bagagogo impatient yam. Please. That is in closing. I'm happy that the Prima is here and the MEC is here. They can solve the problem. I want my patient, please.
Honorable members, I'm not sure whether also the pension is part of the motion.
It's part MEC.
But let me ask the House if we agree to adopt this motion.
No, we don't agree. No.
The motion is defeated.
Agreed.
Honorable Weber.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I rise to deliver a motion without notice on behalf of the Democratic Alliance, noting that adverse childhood experiences, socio-economic status, geographic location, age, marital status, and education level impacts the prevalence of mental illness. Further noting that in South Africa, 1 in 6 adult South Africans meet the diagnostic criteria for depression, anxiety, or substance abuse. Furthermore, 27% of adolescents in sub-Saharan Africa will be living with depression, 30% with anxiety, and 41% with emotional or behavioral problems at any given time. Currently, the prevalence of depression and anxiety found to be 25.1%, of which 14.6% respectively in Mpumalanga. Currently, many families have to approach neighboring provinces to get the help their loved ones need due to the lack of mental health facilities in this province. There is no mental health hospital, as well as no mental health centers for patients. Families are forced to provide care for these patients and at most are not trained in caring for those with mental health challenges. I therefore move that this House adopts to promote a culture of acceptance around depression and other psychiatric disorders, to speed up the access to mental health in patient homes in Mpumalanga with healthcare professionals trained in mental health, to speed up the building and operationalization of the Mpumalanga Psychiatric Hospital in the administration, support the NGOs that are specializing in mental health issues, promote an awareness campaign around mental disorders and ways to address them. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Weber. Does the House agree to adopt the motion? As so agreed. On notices of motions, are there any notices of motions? Honorable Chibi. Honorable Chibi, I just gave you an opportunity.
Thank you, Speaker. Honourable Speaker, noting the recent surge in violence crime, which have led to the brutal murder of a number of people in the last few weeks. Kwamhlusha, 4 people have died. Pinara as well, 4 people have died. This is an increase in crime, reflects border issues affecting the province, such as economic hardship, unemployment, and social instability. Allow me, on behalf of the economic freedom fighters, to move a motion that this House considers in the next sitting to debate about the fundamental needs for economic growth and job creation to overcome the current crime crisis. I thank you.
Honorable Chibi, thank you very much. The motion is noted. Any other notice of motion? None. We're now moving to the formal motions. Honorable members, I am informed that there are no formal motions. Therefore, we are now moving to the orders of the day. The Secretary shall now read the first order of the day.
Order number 1, reply by the Honorable Premier on the debate of the opening address.
Thank you, Secretary. I now call upon our Honorable Premier of the province of Mpumalanga, Honorable MP Ndlovu, to reply to the debate.
Thanks, honorable members. Speaker of our legislature, Honorable L.L. Masina, Deputy Speaker, Honorable S. Masango, Honorable members of the Executive Council, Honorable members of the legislature, our chairperson of the Provincial House of Khoisan and traditional leaders, President of Contra Lesa, Kgoshi Mokoena. I want to thank you, Honorable Mokoena, that you are always available. Yesterday you were here with us. When you said that you are available, you were meaning it. Indeed, you are available. Others are only available on the day of their election. When they are elected, they are no longer available in between and between. Executive mayors, Acting Director General, Mr. Pitanyoni, and HODs, our esteemed citizen, following this session through various media platforms, good morning. Madam Speaker, it is always an honor for one to be part of this august House and engage on issues that made us members of the provincial legislature. It is unfortunate that as we meet here today, it is also a memorial service of 6 of our learners who met their untimely death on their way home from school. When they left home in the morning, little did their parents know that they were seeing them for the last time. Indeed, Mpumalanga province is engulfed in flames because of this horror crash between a scholar transport bus and a train. We would like to applaud the immediate response from the Department of Health, Education, Community Safety, and Public Works, Roads and Transport. The departments are providing all necessary support to all affected families and are still on site preparing for the send-off of our learners, including today's memorial service. We are going to Mafube village in Stibswete, local municipality, to bury our children. They will remain alive, as described by Benjamin Franklin, when he said some people die at 25 and are not buried until 75. Some people, they continue to live beyond their life, like O.R. Tambo and President Mandela. I will request, Honorable Speaker, that we observe a moment of silence in respect of the souls of our departed children. No, thanks. May their families find comfort in what is said in the Word of God, that there will come a time when death will lose its sting, especially when death itself has become a mode of transition to the other side. May their families be consoled. Honorable Speaker, yesterday I listened attentively to the robust engagement on my opening of legislature address. Members were least disappointing. There were no howling, no throwing of hissy fits. You kept your cool. You observed the decorum of the House and kept your weight. And that is what our people are expecting from us. Our people said to us that they will continue to call themselves our followers because they know that when we are here on the agenda of the chamber, always is the plight of the rural masses of our people and our people general here in Mpumalanga. Your inputs really enhance the aula. I must emphasize that I said during the opening address of the legislature that indeed your political parties have deployed seasoned members. All of you, yesterday I realized that you have decided to put your own interest in your pockets and prioritize the interests of the people of the province of Mpumalanga, the place of the rising sun. Honorable members, Sidive, you spoke boldly and you appreciated the amalgamation of the Department of Human Settlement and that of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. This was necessitated by the fragmented manner in which services were delivered to our communities. These two departments have played a major role in shaping of the social setting. Therefore, in order for us to move with speed in delivering services, we had no other option but to amalgamate these two departments. Madam Speaker, let me also respond to the question posed again by Honorable Sidive on the support of our Amakosi here in Mpumalanga. We are supporting our traditional leadership and will continue to do so, more especially through COGTA. Honorable Mashila responded well yesterday in his debate when he indicated that Makoshi can even attest to the unconditional support that they are enjoying through this department. I know one day we had a meeting where the former deputy president was part of that meeting because was assigned by the president to look on the welfare of our traditional leadership in the country. They appreciated the support that they are getting here in the province. They are saying that the province is a shining example of how to treat our traditional leadership. We know that there is still more that you expect from us. Madam Speaker, we currently have a total number of 287 head men and head women that we are in the process of being recognized. And I think I said on my aula that the decisions that were taken by my predecessor, we will implement all those decisions. To top the list, we have renovations taking place in our traditional councils and also have a majority of traditional leaders driving brand new cars. It is also important to note that specifications of these vehicles are a response to their needs and cannot be our own choice. Madam Speaker, Honorable Member Nkosi and Honorable Sidel touched on the historical context of the role of our glorious movement, the ANC. I must hasten and say the vision of the ANC of creating a united, non-racial, non-sexist and democratic society in South Africa is what has compelled us towards the government of national unity. We are a rainbow nation, and we can therefore not leave anyone behind as we govern. Government of national unity is among the strategies to put South Africa to work. For us to respond to the need of our communities, we need to build our industries in order to achieve an inclusive economy. Together, we need to expand and modernize our industrial capacity, invest in infrastructure, transform the financial sector to support employment and industrialization. Our aim being to create more opportunities for our young people. Madam Speaker, we acknowledge and accept the oversight role played by all members of the legislature, irrespective of their political affiliation. We will continue to rely on you for your guidance and support. Madam Speaker, Honorable Member Party robustly raised a matter of poor health care facilities. It is for this reason that in my opening address, I made mention of the 24 hours operation of health care centers. I think it must be very important for all of us to understand what I said, so that all of us will read from the same page. I said 24 hours operation of the healthcare centers. I did not said all clinics. I said healthcare centers and particular clinics that have been investigated by the department, and a decision was taken by the department on those clinics. I know that other provinces started to complain that I was creating problems for everybody in the country, and I was misquoted. That is what I said, Honorable Ngwenya. I did not say all clinics. By the way, you are saying that you want your pension in the ANC. In Bushbuckridge, there is a song, so they don't mean Sitswerere. So, Comrade Ngraya, I know that you don't mean pension. You want your room back in the ANC. Yeah, you have got your own bedroom. Come back. You'll get your room in the ANC. The rooms are enough in the ANC for all of you that have decided to leave us. You just decided to leave us with President Mandela, because President Mandela said that I will remain a member of the African National Congress, and if there is life after death, when I die, I'm going to look for the branch of the African National Congress. So those that they have decided to leave us, they must know that they leave the ANC with President Mandela, President O.R. Tambo, and all other leaders of the ANC. Through planning, thorough planning had to be done to achieve this objective. I appreciate the debate that Honorable Member Manzini would clarify that when we talk about healthcare facilities, we don't mean all clinics. As we debate issues, Honorable Speaker, we need to remember that we are representing constituencies who have casted their votes for us to be here. As far as the coal and green energy is concerned, we could not bring the end to coal abruptly, as if there are no lives that depend on it, that will have been committing a suicide. We are not going to commit a suicide as government of the people. We said as ANC that we accept the will of the people, the outcome of the elections, the will of the people. We want us to concentrate on our work. There will be elections in 2026 and 2029. We must accept the outcome. The ANC got a simple majority here in this province. So we want to request that all of us, let's change our posture and focus on service delivery. I indicated that a mine school will be built. Our youth will be skilled so that they can respond to the just energy challenges. This means educators need to be reskilled too. Honorable Speaker, I'm aware that there are certain municipalities that are owing ESCOM and Rand Water. The province has established committees to assist these municipalities. Furthermore, debt relief programs by National Treasury have been introduced. This will be closely monitored. We also expect our municipalities to play their role. We are going also to intervene and assist municipalities to give services to our people. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Manzini, Honorable Masia, and Honorable Mashilo elaborated on our strategic direction and the detailed program of intervention by various departments. The appointment of safety wardens is amongst life strategies to deal with challenges of unemployment. We did not say that we are appointing wardens to do the work of the police, but to assist the work of the police, to work together with the police. There are those that are saying that we are losing cases because our police officers are not well equipped. Must note that we will continue as government to conduct training of all our officials, including police officers. They are equal to the task, the number of breakthrough that police officers here in the province are making. So we'll continue to support our police. I must indicate, Honorable Speaker, that the then Minister of Minerals and Energy visited Mpumalanga on the verge of 2024 national and provincial elections. He did not come here because there was an election. Honorable Mashiana, the issue of Lily Mine is an emotional issue. When the minister was here, he met with all the role players here in the province, including the Premier. I know that MEC Mashilo, you were part of that engagement. A commitment was made that Lily Mine is going to be reopened. My only advice to all of us is that we must avoid politicizing this sensitive matter and seek solutions that will lead to the reopening of this mine. Job creation, Honorable Speaker, should be understood as the provision of new opportunities for paid employment, especially for those who are unemployed. Honorable P.E. Shongwe invited me to their offices to learn how MK Party intends to create jobs for the people of Mpumalanga province. Sometimes you are calling yourself MK. We want to request you that don't forget that you are not MK, you are MK Party. MK is something else. You invited me to your office. You are a member of a portfolio committee, and you also participated on the debate of Ola, but you opted not to use your minutes to advise my office on how to generate 100,000 new jobs annually to reach our target of 2.1 million people by 2030. That is the target of the province, that by 2030 we want to have 2.1 million people working. I think you know, like I do, that when you peruse your liberation diaries, reflection on 30 years of democracy, you observe that some of the problems we have today were created by yesteryear leaders, including your president, that today are in an opposition benches and claim to be honorable and saint. This is what we want you to know, that some of the problems that we have today are created by some of the leaders that they decided to leave the African National Congress. And today, they are saying that 30 years in government, there is nothing that the ANC has done, not forgetting that at a certain stage they were in the engine room of service delivery of this country. I cannot conclude my responses without having touched on the sewer spillage in Govenbeki and the pollution of water. The responsibility of government is to provide potable water for communities. It is sad to note that there are still communities that are without water for a long period. We are going to pay special attention. My response is that Rand Water is carrying out maintenance in some of those areas. Let me correct Honorable T.G. Skosan, and I am repeating what I said on Ola. We said that in the province we have got 168 ambulances. My discussion with the MEC, I know that the MEC, she's fighting for one ambulance, one ward. I know that's what you want to achieve. We are paying special attention on that request. We'll continue to engage, but currently we have got 168 ambulances in the province. We said that we're intending to buy 20 ambulances, not 3. So I hope that I clarified this matter. I cannot come here and waste your time and promise to build just one school or to purchase just 3 ambulances. It will be a waste of people's time. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time, because one day I will complain that I wasted my time, and now that time waste me. Honorable Speaker, the organization that has deployed me to this important and serious task of leading this province of the rising sun is to build a non-racial, non-sexist, democratic and prosperous South Africa. The task will be impossible if the people of Mpumalanga are not getting services, are still left behind. We have to double our effort for us to turn things around. Honorable members, when I said it is not going to be business as usual, I meant what I said. Be rest assured, the time around, it is business unusual. It is very important to make a positive contribution and give credit where it's due, but also be constructive in your criticism instead of attacking and distorting the speech I presented last week. But I'm happy that we do have members that they know that here in this province, the ANC is paying special attention on the plight of the people of this province. I was once assisted to understand that listening is also a skill. I tried to follow some of the attacks against the speech, and I came to the same conclusion as Honorable Manzini, that some of the debates were prepared without reading my speech. The people did not follow
Honorable Premier,
my
just a
address.
It looks like there's an order in the reply of the Premier.
Yeah.
Can we hear Honorable Paddy on which rule are you raising this order?
Honorable Speaker, I just want to check if the Premier...
On which rule?
Honorable Speaker, I need to correct three things here. The Honorable Premier is saying that listening is a good skill.
I agree, Honorable Paddy.
Honorable Premier, the problem is that the Premier is continuing to present what is not correct.
Honorable
it was not Honorable Shongwe who said that he must come to the office. It was Honorable Lekele, that's number one. And secondly, Honorable Premier responded.
Can we request Honorable Paddy that let us refer to the rule, on which rule that we are raising this order, so that at least we all go together.
I am worried that the Premier is continuing to give wrong information, because he said Honorable Skosana spoke about ambulances, which is not accurate.
Honorable Paddy, let's allow you to sit. Honorable Premier, you can continue.
Yeah, thanks, Honorable Paddy. You must develop a thick skin. Because I was invited by your member. You may correct that it's not X, but Y. But I was invited by your member to your office to go and take some lessons from MK Party on how to deal with unemployment. And I responded on that matter, that some of the problems that we have today are created by some of these people that today are on the other side of this chamber. So we'll continue to engage and prioritize the people of this province. I said that when we work very hard, we are working for our people, and we are members of this legislature because of these people. Let us continue to work harder. Let us be robust but tolerant of different view without insult. Let us internalize and understand the magnitude of the task ahead of all of us. I would like to assure you that as long as there are still people living below the datum line, injustice and inequality persist. Some of our households still do not have access to basic services. People living in fear because of crime and GBVF and high unemployment rate. I will never rest, and we will never rest. And no one must rest, for there is no time to rest. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Premier, for coming before this House and respond to the debate. Let me now request the Secretary to read the second order of the day.
Order number 2, Policy and Budget Speech on Vote for, Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs.
Thank you, Secretary. I now call upon the MEC for Human Settlements, Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Honorable S.K. Mashilo, to deliver the policy and budget speech.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and good morning to your good self. The Honorable Deputy Speaker, Honorable Masango, the Honorable Premier of the Province, Honorable Ndlovu, the Executive Council, Honorable members of the Provincial Legislature, Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee of COGTA and Human Settlement, Honorable D.P. Ngosi, the Chief Whip of the Majority Party, Honorable Makabani, Chairperson of SALGA, Honorable Mkomezulu, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, Comrade Mozi, Chairperson of Mpumalanga House of Traditional and the Khoisan Leaders, and President of Contralesa, Khoshi Mukwena Gyagotamisha, and your Deputy Chairperson, Nkosi Yende, the Acting Director General, Babanyoni, the HOD for COGTA, Babanguban, comrades and fellow citizens, ladies and gentlemen, Sanbonan. It's an honor to present the policy and budget speech, vote 4 of Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs as we embark on the 7th administration. As the MEC for COGTA, I am committed to ensuring that the department remains a beacon of excellence in governance, transparency, accountability, servicing the community of the province with distinction. We cannot relate to local government without conducting a comparison of the previous apartheid regime, which excluded the black majority, and the present democratic government, which is inclusive of all the people, irrespective of your race. We come from a painful era that started with the formation of the Union of South Africa in 1910. It was followed in 1948 by the introductions of apartheid policy by the then Prime Minister Verwoerd. Apartheid laws were enacted, especially the promotion of the Bantu Self-Government Act of 1959. That itself opened the floodgates of inequality, poverty, and sufferings of the majority, in this case, black majority. All these sufferings resulted in the organized resistance from the oppressed blacks. It is where many anti-apartheid protests were organized, including the 1955 Kliptown gathering, where the Freedom Charter was founded, followed by the anti-pass laws of 1956, led by the gallant and the fearless women of this country, such as Umama Albertina Sisulu, Lillian Ngoyi, Sophia de Brand, Rahima Muzi, and many others. We should not forget that the past laws were meant to control and limit the movement of black people and not genuinely recognize them as people of the Republic of South Africa. It was a question of submission or fight. Our leaders, such as Madiba, Sisulu, Bomgov, and many other leaders, were conducting clandestine activities against the regime at the Rivonia farm. They were ultimately discovered and sentenced to life imprisonment in Robben Island. The history is known. The struggle for resistance became part of the daily lives when the apartheid regime, through Dr. Piet Koornhof, introduced a separate development act with intensified 2 sets of municipalities. For one, white, Indian colors, and black. The first 3 which is the whites, Indian, and colors, were accommodated in the so-called tricameral parliament, where blacks' majority were excluded. Korenhoff introduced an apartheid local government system characterized by separate development. Unfortunately, some of our people fell into the trap and participated in that leftovers municipal system. It was one system that our people totally rejected. The intensifier of rejecting the apartheid local government reached high level of resistance. Ultimately, Comrade Moses Maikiso, Alumazia, and others known to ourselves led the early Sanko, which was at the forefront of resisting apartheid local government. Action committees were established in many parts of our black township. The strategy was to make the system unworkable. The approach was to boycott payment of municipal services. It was influenced by the anger of underdeveloped, where quality service delivery was only visible in the white-only areas. Blacks were totally given leftovers from the apartheid master table. In the black township, there was no sufficient civil infrastructure development projects like sewer, network. Instead, our people were given bucket system. Yet white enjoyed decent and healthy sewer system. However, that process had some repercussions. Hence today, people are still not able to pay services, a culture that all of us seated here we must fight for. Abantu mabakhokhele ama services for them to be better, because this is their own government that they voted for. Recently, I received a letter from Honorable Masango, who is the member of this Augusta House, inquiring about the sanitation for people of Govan Mbeki local municipalities. I am humbled to respond to you, Honorable Member, that the people you have mentioned in your letter are cruel victims of the apartheid legacy. The good part wa Masango bowukhona ngaleso isikhathi. However, we have a responsibility to reverse this problem. That responsibility lies in us as this August House. We need to know how much are we putting as the budget to reverse this problem. We've equally noted that our constituency is growing. The state South Africa confirmed that the province has moved drastically to 5.1 million. That pose a challenge. Areas like your Govan Mbeki, Mbombela, Emalahleni, these are the big cities that attract too many people at the same time. We are bound to engulf into problem. The former president Thabo Mbeki once said that South Africa is a country of two worlds, the one which is far developed and the other one being grossly underdeveloped, yet both exist in the same country. Furthermore, Mbeki said, I open his quote, we know this is as a matter of fact that the struggle to eradicate poverty and underdevelopment in our own country is fundamental to the achievement of our own national goals to build a caring and people-centered society, close quote. What the former President Mbeki alluded to was the impact of a separate development that engulfed our country and the commitment to build better communities. That is the agenda of this provincial government. The seventh administration is calling upon all members of the opposition to attend a proposed service delivery in Daba that is expected to deal with the majority of the problem of service delivery.
The purpose is therefore to find a common ground on how best we can transform our society for the better. Remember, all of us here, we should have an idea, and the ideas we all need it all the time. The ushering of a new democratical dispensation in 1994, democratizing local government through the establishment of the transitional local government of 1995. This arrangement brought together all previously and racially divided municipalities into one. This was followed by the first democratic local government election, which introduced people-centered and democratical municipalities. After the elections, regulations governing municipalities were introduced, such as Municipal Structures Act, Systems Act, the MFMA, and many. These two legislations brought accountability, transparency, control of our municipalities. Proper governing is underpinned by regulations, rules, accountability, transparency, and ethics. As the second tier of government, our mandate is to support and regulate the third tier of government, which is local government, and that is referred to as cooperative government. It is at this level that our people walk the first step and be involved in all matters of local government. That is called public participation. I find inspiration in the timeless words of Nelson Mandela when he said, open quote, "It always seems impossible until it is done," close quote. These powerful words resonate deeply as we stand at the threshold of transformation, ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. With unwavering determination and a spirit of unity, we'll navigate the complexities of our path together. We will actively listen to the aspirations and dreams of our people, harnessing their voices to guide our decisions. Each voice matters in this collective endeavor, and together we craft a vision that reflects our shared hope as a values. Our commitment to bold action will propel us towards a brighter future, once filled with opportunities, equity, and progress. Together we will turn the seemingly impossible into reality, creating a legacy of empowerment, inspiration of generations to come. Department, together with the Mpumalanga House of Traditional Leaders, continue to mourn the loss of Inkosi R.A. Nkosi of Uyengwa Traditional Council and Inkosi F.J. Mapena of the Makerane Traditional Council. Indeed, we offer our deepest condolences to the families and the entire community. May their soul rest in eternal peace. Our primary focus in this administration will be on building a solid foundation for effective local government, empowering traditional leadership structures, and enhancing service delivery to all communities. We recognize that the vital role that local government plays in driving development and improving the quality of life for our citizens. Therefore, we are committed in supporting municipalities to fulfill their mandate and ensuring that our people are at the forefront of every decision-making processes. We'll also work closely with traditional leaders to ensure that their voices are heard and their contributions are valued within our governance structures. Honorable members, in the recent address delivered by His Excellency President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, he eloquently underscored the urgent need for the collaborative effort to address the pervasive scourge of crime and violence in our society, noting that our collective future is dependent on how we confront these challenges. We cannot afford to remain silent in the face of the rising tide of a gender-based violence and a femicide that plagues our communities, nor can we overlook the pervasive lawlessness that threaten our society, our safety and security. To do so will be seriously injustice, not only to the victim who suffer in silence, but also to the very fabric of our society. President has called for a united response, emphasizing that it is in our moral obligation to raise our voice and take decisive actions against the perpetrators of these abhorrent acts. We must champion the rights of the vulnerable and ensure that every individual can live free from fear, violence, and indeed oppression. As we strive to leave no one behind and grow Mpumalanga together, we will harness the power of collective action to propel us forward. Our commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance will unwavering. We will work tirelessly to ensure that our citizens are at all time at the center of every decision we are making. In this address, I will reflect on the milestone we have achieved over years, highlighting both the success and the challenges we have faced, and outlining our vision for a brighter future. I am confident that together we can build a brighter future of our province, where every citizen has access to quality services, opportunity, and a sense of belonging. The Honorable Premier, on his opening of the legislature address, emphasized the importance of building a capable, ethical, and a developmental state, and raised concerns regarding poor performance, which must be addressed. As part of our contribution of building a robust developmental state, in line with the announcement by the Honorable Premier, we shall forge ahead in restructuring two departments of COGTA and Human Settlement, and it will be known as COGTA, which must attract effective and efficient expertise, coherent planning, responsive spatial action towards properly settling our communities and society in an integrated manner. Gone are the days we must operate and plan in silos. That will make all our municipal IDP to be properly signed off, and this IDP must include all departments, including the private sector. It means no private sector will put a development outside the municipal IDP, so that we work in cohesion. In the words of the President, O.R. Tambo of the ANC, it was always, in open quote, it was always my desire to strive a new ground and help to land where it was most required, close quote. This bold statement confirms that the new wave of strategies and innovations were needed to restructure COGTA, which is now COGTA. We shall be effective in ensuring corruption-free municipal administrations, promotion of a good governance, addressing unplanned settlement patterns that did not promote equitable distribution of basic services, and closing the coordination gap between government and the society. It is our constitutional obligation that we got that direction, and in that way, no more shall we have houses with household without necessary basic services and amenities. As we all acknowledge the fundamental role that our municipalities play in the development and well-being of our citizens, it is also imperative to recognize the challenges they face in the recent years. Unfortunately, some of our municipalities have been plagued by financial mismanagement, aging infrastructure, maladministration, which have hindered their ability to provide the essential services that our communities rely on. However, despite these challenges, I am proud to say that strides have been made to address these issues and improve the quality of life for our communities. Through innovative initiatives, strategic partnership, and commitment of good governance, our municipalities have been able to overcome many of the obstacles they face and deliver improved services to our citizens. We must commend municipalities that have done well, as we are calling upon those who have not done well to come up. From investing in infrastructure enhancement to implementing efficiency waste management system, our municipalities have demonstrated their ability to adapt and respond to changing needs of our municipalities. Additional efforts have been made to promote transparency and accountabilities, ensuring that our citizens are informed and engaged in the decision-making process. Madam Speaker, I believe it is essential for us to continue supporting and empowering our municipalities to overcome the challenges they face and to build a stronger, more resilient communities by working together. We can ensure that our municipalities are equipped to provide the high-quality services that our citizens deserve and that our communities continue to thrive. Building the capacity of the state continues to be a top priority for our department. In line with the commitment, we have recruited suitable qualified senior managers in line with the employed equity targets, where female representation at the senior management level is currently standing at 45.8%. In the compliance with the professionalization framework of public service, the department takes great pride in the fact that SMS level we have most officials at NQ level 9 and 10 graduates. Yeah? Now here's the NQ level 9. Department is proud to have inspired all officials to take academic advancements seriously in the likes like Ujabulani Mavundla. Ujabulani Mavundla he was employed as a community development worker, CDW, who has recently achieved his Masters of Philosophy in Management Science, specializing in public administration. This is one example of pushing ahead with the meritocracy of advancing our team. I can request this young man to stand up through you, Madam Speaker, so that he can be recognized by this. Ngiyabona ama-CDW ningasawa undermine. Ningasa undermine ama-CDW. Eh? That's why ningafuni cabanga nibadala nana nibadala. Equally, we are pleased to inform the House that the strides have been made in municipality to appoint suitably qualified senior managers in line with the amended Municipal Systems Act. Notably, 100 out of the 124 senior managers positions in municipalities have been filled, with 24 outstanding vacancies. Pama Bamasango, only 24. Well, it's a lot more Maspala way one. Maspala about 20 is just a drop in the auction in terms of the fracture of mathematical. We are, in this regard, supporting municipalities with the development of the recruitment acceleration plans to fill these vacancies and assist them during the recruitment and selections process. As I said earlier, it is difficult because we have put the bar too high for us to attract qualified personnel. So the more we study and study the right subject, I have all peeps, Pamasa. I tell you, I'm a master, biblical study, so gosh. And that's what makes life difficult, not to fill these vacancies, because we've put the bar too high. And the competition becomes equally hard, because we are now competing with big provinces, like KwaZulu-Natal, Western Cape, Gauteng, etc. But at least we can see what Siazam, you see, we just left with 24, we're able to go there. In terms of the gender representation, 40% of the field posts are held by women, while 60% are held by men. We're still in short of 10% at 50-50. And this is because women are in high demand in big provinces and big municipalities. This is what poses a challenge. And they pay better because our municipalities are more rural. So that's where they take them. So we need to find a balance. Although municipalities are making strides in prioritizing gender representation in their recruitment processes for senior management positions, much more still needs to be done to achieve this. All appointed senior managers in municipalities within the province have complied with the municipal performance regulation by signing performance agreement at the beginning of the financial year, which was the 31st July 2024, as required by the legislation. I would like to acknowledge the following municipalities that have successfully implemented the Performance Management Development System, PMDS, across all levels. Gersibande District Municipality, Nkangala District Municipality, Ehlanzeni District Municipalities, and Bushbuck-Ridge Local Municipalities, and Chief Albert Lituli Municipalities, and Lekwa Local Municipalities have already commenced about the rolling out of this PMDS to all levels at the beginning of their current financial year, 2024-2025. I therefore direct that all other municipalities that are left, they must follow soon. We shall put the deadline for all of them. Capacity development is also essential for traditional leaders to adapt to the evolving dynamics of society, address technological advancement, and navigate a new government framework by investing in ongoing development of the traditional leaders. We can help and ensure their responsiveness and effectiveness in their roles. It is our commitment that working together with the Department of Education and other training institutions improve the literacy level of our traditional leaders. Remember, we are making some other regulations and transferring some other responsibility to traditional leaders. So our traditional leaders nabafana ba esikolweni. Khoshe Mukwena khona these days uthi inkosi yazalelwa. Inkosi fana esikolweni. And the simple issue is this government will provide free education. We provide free education. Esinkosi italwa, la inkosi italwa funa ye kuphi esikolweni. That's the bottom line. So that they're able to deal with the complex issues. because they have that responsibility of our MACOs. So we've noted that as departments, that's the program that we must engage in assisting our traditional leaders. These days, there are young MACOs that are coming to the space. And those young MACOs, they must have masters now, which is something that we must advance as COGTA. Ube nenkosi, oyi-doctor, inkosi. In our endeavor to advocate our ethical state, the department has made mandatory to all SMS members to complete a comprehensive ethics management course. In 2022, as well as other officials, noting that only recent DPSA made the course mandatory in the public services. I must indicate that we're the first province and departments to make this course compulsory, and we're happy that the DPSA at national level, they have now made it compulsory across the country. In this regard, we will work with our municipality to incrementally introduce the ethics management course to all senior management and the staff. The above, among others, have contributed to outstanding track record of maintaining clean audit status for the past decades. This achievement not only reflects our commitment to transparency and efficient resource management, but also sets a benchmark for excellence and public service. As we continue our efforts, we are working diligently to extend this principle practice to our municipalities by sharing best practices and resources. We aim to empower local government to achieve similar standard of governance and accountability, ultimately contributing to a stronger and more effective state framework. The Code of Ethic Leadership in Local Government was launched by the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs on the 1st of March 2024. The code aims to institutionalize ethical leadership, fostering collaboration among key stakeholders such as Ethics Institute. In the National Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, the South African Local Government Association, SALGA, and the Moral Regeneration Movement. In this regard, we are committed to taking the lead in implementing training program and awareness session that will make the Code of Ethic Leadership in Local Government an active and integrated part of our municipalities. We remain committed in fighting corruption wherever it raises its ugly head. We are pleased with the progress made by the municipalities in implementing the recommendation of Section 106 investigations conducted. Of the 5 municipalities, Dr. J.S. Moroka, Dipalising, Dr. Piske Gaisaka Seme, Governor Mbeke, and Nkomasa, the progress on implementation is at the final stage where cases are in court to some of the law enforcement agencies to act. We have also recently concluded investigation in Mkondo and Bushbuckridge municipalities, and these reports will be tabled before the respective council. This department will take responsibility to compile an implementation plan for each of these 3 reports for actioning. No longer shall we experience delays in the implementation of the recommendation. In the future, it must be mandatory that municipalities must have implemented the recommendations within the period of 90 days for the tabling of the report in their respective council. Similarly, department has successfully secured discretionary grant funding from local government sector education and training authority, which is LGCTA, to support the range of training initiatives designed to strengthen the capable of our local municipalities, or the capacity of our local municipalities. Since the introductions of Local Government Municipal Staff Regulation 2021, we have successfully collaborated with various municipalities in conducting skills audit. To date, we have supported the city of Mbombela, Lekwa, Emakazeni municipality in conducting skills audit in compliance with the regulations. This financial year, we are pleased to announce that we will extend our support to 3 additional municipalities, Victor Kanye, Tabachweu, and Steve Chwete local municipalities. These skills audits are crucial for accurately evaluating existing capacity and identifying gaps. Again, this will show us if the people employed in your municipality or in our municipality have the correct qualifications and meet the minimum requirements. Where the current incumbents fall short of the minimum requirements, we expect the municipality to implement the remedial action in addressing the identified shortcoming. No officials in terms of the municipal staff regulation should occupy senior posts without relevant qualifications as we progress forward. Section 131 of the Local Government Municipal Finance Management Act 2003 stipulates that the MEC must access annual financial statement of municipalities, audit reports on each statement and responses, and determine whether municipalities have adequately addressed any issue raised by AG in the audit reports. Therefore, effective financial management is fundamental to the sustainability of our municipality. I am pleased to report that following the Executive Council decision to establish the Municipal Finance Directorate, this directorate is now officially established, and we are fully committed to enhance our support for municipalities in this regard. This directorate was once moved to the Treasury. Now we have re-established this directorate precisely to respond to Section 131. This directorate will collaborate closely with the Provincial Treasury and SALGA to elevate the financial performance of our municipalities. Our key focus areas will include: 1, improving audit outcomes for our municipality, where 2022-2023 financial year, 2 received clean audit, 7 unqualified with finding, 10 qualified with 1 findings, 1 with adverse audit outcome. No municipality has received disclaimer audit outcome. Reducing unauthorized, irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure from 16.9 billion in 2021-22 financial year to 14.6 billion 2022-23 financial year. We'll be hard at work with our municipality to ensure that we further reduce this instance of the unauthorized and fruitless expenditures. Enhancing the functionality of Municipal Public Accounts Committee, MPEC, to empower them to conduct investigations whose finding must be handed over to disciplinary boards. Ensure that municipalities pass the funded budget in order to stabilize their finances. No municipalities will be allowed to pass unfunded budget because it's dimly misleading. The financial institution of some municipalities remain a concern. Their liquidity ratio indicates that they do not have sufficient funds to pay their creditors, salaries, as well as the third-party obligations, amongst others, to quote. But a few for the next 3 months. We will be conducting institutional capacity and financial viability assessment in terms of Section 105 of the Municipal Systems Act to check how far our municipalities are viable. You hear some municipalities are not able to pay salaries, that and that. There's a lot of stories, allegation, we're able to check that so that we don't just talk, we speak from factual points of view. RT29, Smart Metering Intervention. The National Treasury has awarded RT29 2024 contracts that seeks to modernize municipal infrastructure, enhance operation efficiency, and ensure sustainable resource management by adopting smart metering solutions. In the province, 10 municipalities have been identified to participate in the contracts at no cost to the municipalities. The beneficiary municipalities in the province are as follows: Msuwa, Mkondo, Lekwa, Tipaliseng, Govenberg, Victor Kanye, Emakazeni, Emalahleni, Tabachweu, and the city of Mbombela. The benefits of these contracts will help deal with the billing, accuracy, revenue enhancement, and proper customer services. Key amongst others, department will monitor the implementation in utilizing, very important, local contractors for the smart meter installation. We want to have the local people in each municipalities to do the meter installation. And those who qualified, not who don't qualify. And I hope our MEC of Safety will help us so that those people who spoke about, they don't disrupt this important program. In terms of Section 105 of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act 2000, read with Section 155(6) of the Constitution of the Republic 1996, the MEC must monitor whether municipalities are able to manage their own affairs, monitor their capacity, and assess the support that is needed by the municipality to strengthen their capacity to exercise their function. To this end, Notice number 110 of 2022 was published in the Provincial Gazette. In terms of Section 105(2) of Local Government Municipal Systems Act, wherein municipalities were directed to submit information that will enable department to assess, among others, support to be provided. This was further enhanced with the development of electronic system, which shall enable department to do so. Amongst others, the following are critical. Access critical information necessary to identify areas where municipalities require support. 2, monitor and analyze performance of municipalities, upload and analyze documents, provide real-time analysis of situation in the municipalities, implement an electronic compliant management system for streamlined issue resolution. Madam Speaker, the provision of basic services such as clean water, sanitation, electricity and refuse removal is not just a constitutional responsibility, but it represents the cornerstone of sustainable development and is key to unleashing the full potential of our communities. Access to these essential services elevates quality of life and fuels economic growth, while their absence perpetuates poverty and exacerbates inequality and a number of protests at our level of municipalities. The implementation of the district model, DDM, has been instrumental in advancing catalytic projects across various sectors, including infrastructure development, education, healthcare, economic growth, etc. These initiatives are designed to address urgent common challenges, significantly improve the quality of life across 3 districts. Among our notable achievements to date, the following projects have been completed. Zinigele Technical High School Sasol Initiative, the upgrading of Eerste Hoek Water Scheme, Phase 1 and 2, and the Carino Road interchange. Additionally, the public-private growth initiative operational framework has been made significant headway in its pilot impact zone in the Ehlazeni district, successfully attracting 47 private sector investors and identifying 60 potential investment projects. We have also formalized partnership through memorandum of agreement between Nkangala district, Ehlazeni municipalities, and public-private initiatives. We must encourage that our private sector must come on board. We are making all the effort that our municipalities must respond and must respond immediately. You know, in private, I fully totally card for them to invest their money. As they come, we must act and act now. And this is what we are going to establish as department to make sure that our municipalities, they are combat ready to the private sector as we're inviting them to come and invest. These projects and initiatives we are rolling out reflects our firm commitment in enhancing access to essential services, improving community well-being, and fostering sustainable development through the province. We remain dedicated to collaborating with a wide array of stakeholders to ensure these services are delivered effectively and equitably. On the 10th May 2024, the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs officially enacted regulations for district development model. These initiatives aim to create a robust framework for the institutional implementation and execution of DDM across the nation. We are therefore happy to announce that on August 29, 2024, our province will partner with the National COGTA and the Office of the Premier to host a provincial DDM roadshow. The roadshow is a crucial component of the department's broader mandate to oversee effective rollout of the DDM. To address the long-standing deterioration of municipal infrastructure, our municipalities have made significant progress in 2023-2024 financial year through the Municipal Infrastructure Grant, MIG, Regional Bulk Infrastructure, RBIC, and Water Services Infrastructure, WSIG. Development of water and sanitation infrastructure is a priority of the province and our municipality. This is consistent with the utterance of the Honorable Premier that this priority area shall occupy our efforts through municipal in the next 18 months. We have been implementing several water and sanitation infrastructure projects in collaboration with the Department of Water and Sanitation with the aim of not only increasing household access to water and sanitation, but also improve the blue-green and no-drop performance. Some of these projects have been recently completed, and that includes the following projects. In Gersebande, phase 1 and 2 of the replacement of asbestos, semi-graved main pipe for water supply in Kinrose, and equipment of Mbalete sewer pump station in extension 22 and 25 within Govan-Mbeki local municipality. Construction of Driefontein sanitation infrastructure and installation of flush toilets in rural areas of Mukonde local municipality. Phase 1 and 2 of the installation of a sewer reticulation in Westleton extension 11, at Brighton extension 2, and electromechanical upgrades to extension 32, 33, and 34 pump station in Emelu, Msugalekwa local municipality. Refurbishment of Vuguzake water waste treatment works in Ward 3 at Piski. And the refurbishment of sewer pump station and wastewater treatment works in Dr. Piski again. In Nkangala, the replacement of asbestos bulk pipeline from Rapatla to Siabuswa A, and from water treatment plant that's go to Bloedfontein, Dr. J.S. Moroka, upgrading of a Tweefontein C, D, and K, and Mapogo water infrastructure phase 2 of construction of Ntogozweni water infrastructure in Tembisile, phase 2 of construction at Ntogozweni in Emakazeni local municipality. Extension of water reticulation and upgrade of plant in Leoville around Nkomazi. The installation of water reticulation and Korometa in Mashishing extension 7, sewer reticulation in Tabachoi local municipality. As we highlighted by the Honorable Premier in his address, the following are some of the water and sanitation infrastructure projects for the implementation in line with his directive. One is the provision of reticulation of Mashishin Township Extension 8 in Tabachweu, upgrading of Delmas waste water treatment work in VK from 4 megaliters to 124 megaliter in VK, that including constructions of a pre-treatment system in VK. Construction of 10 megaliter water treatment works, bulk, pipeline, pump station, and a reservoir. The project intends to abstract water from Rastreventer Dam to supply areas of Moretile in Dr. J.S. Moroka. Over many years, the people of Moretile never touched water from the tap. They've been always depending on the borehole. So this is one project from Rastreventer Dam that the people of Moretile nabo baza tola amanzi, like all of us in a democracy. The replacements of asbestos pipeline in Tembisile, all the time they are busting. The refurbishment of Lothe water treatment works in Msugalekwa, bulk water supply in Balfour, Yatutuga, Grail, Langstad, and Grootvlei in the Palestine local municipalities. In improving access to refuse removal, the province has supported municipalities with the implementation of solid waste project, including the procurement of solid waste fleet, which include tipper trucks, compactor trucks, excavators, dozer. These fleet are now being utilized by municipalities such as Nkomazi, Tipaliseng, Piski, Tembisile, Mkondo, to enhance access to refuse removal. In the current financial year, municipalities such as Tembisile, Hani, Emakazen, Steve Shete, Piski, Govan and Mbeki will indeed procure almost 11 solid waste management fleet to assist them to respond to issue of service delivery. I would like to applaud all municipalities for spending 100% on the 2 billion MIC allocation without leaving a cent return to the national fiscals. This is a step towards the good direction. However, what we'll do is to follow if the money is used effectively, as the MEC for Finance yesterday did indicate that, Comrade Machuba will check if there is a value for money in that regard. In line with my policy and budget speech for human settlement, we have mentioned that a mega project such as Rondebosch, in KwaZamokuhle Extension 9, ML Extension 45, Grootvlei Extension 5, Secunda Extension, Leslie, Slobela, Amsterdam, KwaMhlushwa Extension 3, Komati Port, Msholozi, and the Vugozi and Zelle are under implementation. We will work with affected local municipalities to ensure that bulk infrastructure for these basic services or projects is available. Similarly, as mentioned in the Human Settlement Policy and Budget speech, the implementation of a catalytic projects and smart cities will champion spatial transformation and communities where Nkosi City, Akon City, SEZ, Verena Smart City, as well as the Bushbuck Ridge, which is now called Hospital View, they are under extreme attention. In addressing land invasion, we encourage municipalities to follow suit as Tembisile local municipalities, which secured an eviction court order against people who bought municipal land illegally from some scrupulous. We came to understand it is not the traditional leaders that are selling land. Are people who act like traditional leaders. And mina nginakinga ukuthi umuntu uzibiza u-premier, uzibiza u-MEC, uzibiza inkosi. My problem is when you act like a premier, like inkosi. That's where my problem comes. So khona bazibiza amakhosi lapha anginankinga nabo. But when they act like inkosi and started to juba is 10, that's where my problem is. And that's what I told amakhosi. That anyone angazibiza inkosi la. Yeah. But when you act, that's where the problem is. So what we did in Tembisile is to have a permanent court agreement that no land will be invaded, so that we avoid having so many protests that are not informed by service delivery. However, through this process, which will intensify as department the planning section, is to make sure that we plant land on time, so that our people can able to access land that is planned properly. The land might not have all the amenities at the same time, but at least the land will be developed later if the land is properly planned. This is what we'll do to separate and differentiate the problem we found in the past. According to 2024 Provincial Zero Report, the provincial strict unemployment rate is at 36.2, and the poverty rate is at the province almost 50.2%. 6 municipalities are classified as the most poverty-stricken municipalities. 1, Mkondo, with 63.8%, Nkomazi 63.1%, Bushbuckridge 62.1%, Tembisile 58.3%, Dr. Moroka 57.1%, and Chief Albert Lituli at 55%. In response to job creation and poverty alleviation, Department is implementing the following program. 1, Community Works Program, CWP, which has successfully generated and maintained 26,000 job opportunities to date. It is worth mentioning that the CWP work opportunity distribution in Bushbuckridge, Nkomazi, and Chief Albert Lituli amongst are the highest within program given the relative high levels of poverty in these municipalities. However, people do complain these individual people are old and are found sleeping all the time. I've made my own assessment. I discovered these people are not old. Because if they are old, they must have been 60 years and above, and they will receive a social grant. So they can't have a double tipping. So masegele sithi labantu bagugile. Let's stop saying that. Not bakhulile. Akusibantwana bakhulile. However, they remain feminist. We will making sure that this program is effective because they must work. So we'll work very closely with municipalities to make it more effective. The EPWP Youth Waste Management Program, creating 190 job opportunities to 6 municipalities, which include 5 most poverty-stricken municipalities and the Palisang local municipalities. The MIG linked EPWP through municipalities targeting to create 7,052 job opportunities in this financial year, 2024-25 financial year. In addition, I am delighted to inform this House that the majority of our contractors for the constructions of additional council offices were sourced from local business, resulting in creation of more than 200 job opportunities within our traditional municipalities across the province. This achievement is more than just a number. It's a statement to our dedication to fostering sustainable economic development, enhancing the livelihood of our residents. As department, we will encourage and work closely with municipalities that the LED of our local municipalities are effective. As we do so, we will responding fully to so-called contractor mafias, because we shall have a clear data who are the local economic development and how are they get distributed in terms of the work. and then we can able to identify the real mafias. The Disaster Management Act 2002 requires that we always address disaster institutional management, disaster risk assessment, disaster risk reduction, and disaster response and recovery. I would like to assure this House that all our disaster management centers are fully functional. In addition, we have sourced the services of Nkomati Sutu Catchment Management Agency for the development of provincial flood management strategy, which shall assist the province to proactively respond to flood disaster. We are aware we are approaching the season of rain, and majority of areas like Nkomati and part of Mkondo, they are always the victims of the floods. In the 2023-24 financial year, the Provincial Disaster Management Center has coordinated affected municipalities in terms of infrastructure damages arising from the floods and supported them to receive a total of 323 million from the National Disaster Management Center to implement infrastructure rehabilitation program. The department will continue to support municipalities in this regard. The 6th administration has promised to deliver 5 state-art double-cab rapid response firefighting vehicle to 5 municipalities. These vehicles were accordingly acquired and delivered to the following beneficiary municipalities: Lekwa, Nkomazi, Chief Albert Lituli, Dipaliseng, Tabachwe. We shall continue to coordinate proper fire brigade services. In recent veld and forest fire in the province have affected approximately over 300,000 hectares, affecting largely the agricultural sector, which include the livestock, crop farming, cane fields, forestry, and conservation, game facilities across this district. I have noticed that majority of our game reserve got banned. Now there is a deliberate people who are doing poaching that are banning this veld fire, maybe for 2 reasons. One, to get animal in one area and poach them. 2, to get people buying folder, bail, pala, so that we can start to buy more bail from them and create job. This is a syndicate that cannot be left our attention. It has to be realized. The damage is estimated at the hundreds of millions of rands, which are currently being assessed for actual values. It is in this regard that we shall host the veld and forest fire Indaba to engage and outline areas of intervention that include the roles and responsibility of stakeholders, such as working on fire, municipalities, Department of Fisheries, Forestry and Environment, farmers, Amakosi, and indeed the Department of Agriculture and the MTPA, because this is important, and we believe that Indaba, it should come quickly as possible to respond to this big problem that we faced. We have made substantial advance in creating conducive environment and laid a foundation for the reconstructions of our traditional leader council. Further, I am delighted to announce the appointment of a 2 critical committee, namely investigative committee tasked with addressing dispute and claims relating to the traditional leaders, and the ad hoc committee which deals with the determination and the resolution of dispute regarding areas of jurisdiction of traditional council. We have noted as department, as the area grows, the area of boundaries become dispute. Amakhosi baqala kubanga imingcele ukuthi lo induna ifake endaweni yami, le ndawo yami, etc. So we are going to have that committee and able properly shows the proper demarcation so that we avoid tension. I can request, with your permission, Madam Speaker, that the chairpersons of these committees that we have established, because these committees are established in terms of the Act of the Quay and the Son Act of 2019, and they are appointed by the Premier, and this committee, they've got the powers in that regard, that they stand up, and we do know them. Ama-chairperson ama-committee. Yana ubaba lava. Azenza lo msebenzi. Thank you very much. We have noted the concern raised by the Honourable Premier in his opening of the legislature address to squash of the traditional leaders' murder cases reported. Department will continue to engage with all stakeholders to find lasting solutions to address these killings. As tasked by the Honourable Premier, working together with the MEC of Safety and Security Liaison, we shall establish a task team as assigned that will deal with the killings of traditional leaders as implemented tight security measures for our traditional leaders in the province. That task team shall be able to investigate all the cases that were brought to ourselves by traditional leaders and the killing of traditional leaders. So that matter will not be left unattended. Last year, we committed to construct and renovate traditional council offices through the province. I am pleased to inform the House that to date, the construction of 22 offices have been completed, fenced, and supplied with new office furniture, and the renovation of 18 offices have also been completed. These state-of-art traditional council offices are equipped with modern amenities such as conference rooms, kitchen, comfortable waiting areas for visitors to ensure efficient service delivery. In this current financial year, we shall continue to construct and renovate traditional council offices across the province. Again, we have delivered vehicles to traditional council with exception of 4 traditional council, and they will be receiving them probably next week, at least nabo about the tool of trade. These vehicles will enable our traditional leaders to fulfill their legislative mandate as part of their responsibility. I must indicate these vehicles are meant to assist our traditional leaders. Our traditional leaders, to run traditional council. It will have no meaning. The establishment of the Provincial Initiation Coordinating Committee, PICC, and the Provincial Ingoma Task Team have been instrumental in tackling the issue of illegal initiation schools and advocating for safe initiation practice. We note the challenges that have been raised by the communities that seek to undermine the issuing of permits without following the proper access processes and the forceful abduction of young boys. We are working with the law enforcement agencies to address all these wrongdoings. The perpetrators of this heinous crime will be brought to the book. The PICC and Ingoma Task Team will help us to improve that there are no fatalities in future by addressing the identified gaps of the past. It is important that we should note that as far as the province is concerned, we have done our best to run this important school with dignity, and we appreciate members. This is an important matter that we should all the time give it support. As I conclude, we are committed to revitalize our municipalities to enhance essential service delivery through improved governance and strategic budget allocation. Our focus will be on enhancing the skills, people empowerment through capacity development program, strengthening oversight and accountability through coordination and collaboration of the traditional leaders. Last but not least, effective, efficient, and responsive integrated human settlement and bulk infrastructure provision for basic services for all our communities. It is a privilege to table department's budget, and I humbly request that the House approve an amount of 787,139,000 for the year 2024-2025 financial year as follows. Program 1, Administration, 140,788,000. Program 2, 327,446. Program 3, Development and Planning, 50,077,000. Program 4, Traditional Institutional Management, 246,093,000. Program 5, House of Traditional Leaders, 22,735,000. Madam Speaker, as I conclude, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to management of department led by the HOD Baba Osamugelo Ngubane for their unwavering support throughout my tenure in the service of the peoples of Mpumalanga. My sincere appreciation also goes to the Honorable Premier, Honorable Mandla Ndlovu, and indeed my party ANC for the trust they have bestowed on me to lead these important departments which deals with the lives of our people. In the famous words of Mama Charlotte Maxeke, she says, I quote, "This work is not for yourself. Kill that spirit of self and do not live above your people, but live with them, and if you can rise, bring someone with you," close quote. Throughout these words, I invite all opposition parties represented in this House to unite with the governing party in addressing the challenges confronting our municipalities and our traditional leaders. Remember, all of us, we live in these communities and we have a responsibility as honorable members to assist wherever we are. Giyabonga. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC, for a well-delivered policy and budget speech. The Secretary shall now call the third order of the day.
Order number 3, consideration and debate on a report of the Portfolio Committee on Human Settlements, Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs on Budget Vote 4, Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs.
Thank you very much, Secretary. I now call upon the Chairperson of Portfolio Committee on Cooperative Governance, Human Settlement and Traditional Affairs, Honorable D.P. Nkosi, to table a report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I'm tabling the report on behalf of the Portfolio Committee of Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs. Let me start by sending the words of gratitude to the MEC and the Department of COGTA for attending our Portfolio Committee meetings. We deliberated on the budget and the annual performance plan for the department. It is against that background that I move that this August House must adopt the budget as it has been read out by the Honorable MEC, which is 787,139,000. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Honorable D.P. Nkosi, I now have a list of speakers before me. to speak or to debate on the report. Honorable Dipinkosi, 8 minutes allocated for your good self on this,
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, once again. Let me greet the Honorable Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Premier in absentia, the members of the Executive Council, the President of Contralesa, Hoshim Kwena, and Inkosi Yende, who's the Deputy Chairperson of the House, Salga Chairperson, Executive Mayors, and all protocol observed. The Department of Corporate Governance and Traditional Affairs, as it is now in a process of changing to COGTA, it's one of the most important departments in the governance of our municipalities and our communities. The mandate of the department is purely about cooperative governance and intergovernmental relations among the organs of states. Traditional leaders, as they are the custodian of our rural land, and for them to render necessary services and to function optimally, they require the assistance of the provincial government. Then the Department of COGTA is coming handy on that one. Honorable Speaker, the department has been trying very hard in assisting municipalities and traditional council to function optimally. As the Honorable MEC was reading his policy speech this morning, we have noticed that some of the municipalities are still struggling to put their financial government systems in place. Hence, there are cases of UIFWs which are being picked by the Auditor General of South Africa. Provision of basic services like water, electricity, local road maintenance is still a challenge in some of our municipalities. But we are very much happy that the MEC has alluded to this point, and there are clear plans and programs to alleviate these situations. Repayment of ESCOM debt is still a challenge to some municipalities, as it has come out from the speech of the Honorable MEC. However, this is because of the insufficient revenue which is collected by the municipalities. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, we must note that the honorable members across the political spectrum have deliberated in the committee for COGTA at length about the annual performance plan and the budget which has been tabled this morning. And we have agreed that this budget is going to go a long way in strengthening corporate governance in the province. There are some of the listed challenges, Honorable Speaker, which is the servicing of the ESCOM huge debt. It requires an intervention, and in some instances, we know that the national department was always assisting municipalities in the province, and we will keep our eyes open to see on the progress which will be emanating from such interventions. We have noted that the budget intends to address one of the, among others, key important issues that are important for the department to function smooth. Filling of vacant funded positions for senior management is well appreciated, Honorable MEC, through you, Honorable Speaker. And a clear turnaround strategy that is to be implemented to address basic services delivery challenges. And we are always appreciating as a portfolio committee that the report that was brought to us was clear on these issues and their programs were convincing. We have noted also as a committee that several traditional council offices, as you have read out, Honorable MEC, were refurbished. This list is incomplete. I'm happy that you have acknowledged it, and it is a matter that you have put categorically. It's a work in progress. Honorable Speaker, the department is working very hard, as I've said, to support traditional council when they are hosting cultural ceremonies like Ummemo, and that is appreciated, Honorable MEC. A clear strategy of how, which has been introduced by the department, is to show us how to tackle gender-based violence and femicide in partnership with traditional leaders. It is a very good initiative, and it's going to see us reducing these incidences of gender-based violence and femicide. I want to take this opportunity, Honorable Speaker, and join the Honorable MEC in congratulating municipalities for their sterling performance in implementing or spending the municipal infrastructure grant. It is well appreciated. I therefore move, as I have already started, that this August House must approve and adopt this budget vote number 4 with an amount of 787,139,000 as tabled by the Honorable MEC. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Nkosi. The next speaker on our list is Honorable T.J. Kosana, also allocated 8 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Honorable MEC, Honorable members of the legislature, the guests, good morning. SMK, Honorable Speaker, allow me to appreciate only one brilliant move of combining of COGTA, human settlement. We're hoping that this will be bear the desired result of integrating program for COGTA and human settlement. I must quickly say, your department is failing to monitor the grant funded program, including the Integrated National Electrification Program. This is evidence where many municipalities develop areas without taking into consideration the fact that the community living in this municipality need to access basic services, the water, sanitation, and electricity. Most of our people are living in shacks and have no access to basic services. It becomes a different story when people are located RTPs, but still do not have access to basic needs. For example, Dr. Pixie Isaac Agaseme, local municipality, in Vuguzake B. The human settlement provided decent houses in the human settlement project, which was handed over to the beneficiaries as completed project. The beneficiaries of the project were excited receiving the houses, but they've got disappointed upon discovering that the houses allocated to them had no access to water and electricity. Through you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable MEC, if you can address the issue that disappointed the people of Pixie Isakagasen, as Umkhonto weSizwe will support your budget. We don't have a problem because of your hair. To make sure that the people of Mpumalanga mandated us as Umkhonto weSizwe party to make sure the ruling party deliver what the people expected and voted for. Now, through you, Honorable Speaker, MEC, can a house project be declared completed when it is not habitable?
There's a challenge here that both Human Settlement and COGTA fail our people. In our view, as Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, we see this as a direct violation of Section 152 of subsection 1B of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, Act 108 of 1996. Then the question that arises, does your department do planning before it's undertake to provide integrated human settlement and upgrading of informal settlement? Honorable Speaker, some of the municipalities were identified to be struggling to deliver services. Section 6B was invoked to allow the province and national offices to take responsibility of running same project on behalf of those municipalities in order to speed up service delivery. Political instability is amongst the challenges cited for lack of service delivery by the municipality. In Tabachu municipality, there is a challenge relating to the water provision and the state of the roads. The issue here, Honorable Speaker, is that what is the support given to the struggle of municipality? What the lesson gains for the municipality? How is the knowledge going to be castigated to the official and will it be measured? As I conclude, Honorable Speaker, I want to deal with corruption and the forensic investigation conducted in the municipalities. First, there's high corruption in relating to awarding tenders. I want to submit to the MEC, through you, Honorable Speaker, that the MEC must take decision when the management of the municipalities or top officials are involved in corruption. You must make sure that we establish the committee or the investigation committee to check the municipality that are dealing with tenders. I'd like to thank Honorable Speaker. As Umkhonto Wesizwe, we support your budget. Vote number 4. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Skosana. Honorable Malachi, 6 minutes allocated for you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to your good self. Greetings to all honorable members, all the traditional leadership under the capable leadership of Kgoshi Mokoena. Honorable MEC, the department IT system which is designed to monitor the performance of all municipalities in the province. What is the impact of the system in the province on performance and service delivery by the municipalities? As the system is linked to the office of the Premier, Honorable MEC, as the support and monitoring provision of the department? If no, why? Because the Premier must always know what is happening in every corner of the province. You suggested that the Premier must have its own monitoring system. Honorable Speaker, on the issue of Eskom debt, the reality is that the reason municipalities are not able to settle their debt with Eskom is because of the interest by Eskom on monthly basis. Why is this department not taking any initiative to talk to Eskom to stop the interest? Honorable Speaker and the MEC, one of the responsibilities of the department is to ensure that municipalities appoint qualified and competent officials, especially senior managers, directors, CFO, and municipal managers. It is your inherent responsibility as the MEC to satisfy yourselves, concur or not to concur with any appointment of the officials. However, one of the findings by the Auditor General on the municipality poor performance is that most of the officials occupying the senior and strategic position does not possess the required qualifications, and they are not fit for those positions. So the question to you to answer as the MEC is that bandlule njani labantu ukuze babe senior managers or municipal managers, kanti who concur with the appointment of the senior managers. Honorable Speaker, beside governments, the department also is tasked with the responsibility of overseeing smooth running of our traditional councils and our traditional leaders. It is important to note that traditional leaders play a huge role in the society and therefore should be afforded all respect they deserve by making their work much easier by providing much needed tools of trade and decent office to fit for our kings and chiefs. Honorable Speaker, the budget for the House of Traditional Leaders in 2023-2024 financial year was 22 million. And during this opening of the Provincial House, 17 August, the former Premier, Refilwe Mtsipane, announced that the Mpumalanga Provincial Government will increase that budget by another 20 million to make it 40 million. The current Premier, when opening the legislature, said that administration will not renege on commitment by his predecessor. Now, what happened to the additional 20 million? What happened to the commitment made by the Honorable Premier Mandandlovu last week? Honorable Speaker, this is total disrespect of the Provincial House of Traditional Leaders in general. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, the former Premier announced on the same day, the 17th of April, 2024, said 287 new headmen and headwomen will be appointed with immediate effect. Today is the 7th of August, not even one is appointed. It can't be work as usual or speech as usual. We need to respect our traditional leaders. Magoshi aburena, bale chela puri mahlonka di statement. Mara sesi tlanka 2026, leswane chela ba wonche hore, bo mungu mabuke mang. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Malati. Honorable MN Mhlongo, 8 minutes allocated for you.
Honorable Speaker and Deputy Speaker, Honorable Premier, Honorable Mandandlovu, members of the Executive Council, honorable members of the Provincial Legislature, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to be presenting the budget vote for debate of the Department of the Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs for the 2024 and 2025 financial year. Honorable Speaker, since the dawn of democracy, our movement has recorded landmark victories in the progressive realization of a long-felt vision of a better life for all. Provision of basic service remains the central utmost important for this department. It is through this department that our presence is felt by the people on the ground. There is an urgent need to strengthen our municipal support system to be able to better the lives of our people and monitor and assist our municipalities in our province. The back to basic approach is one of the main aims, amongst others, to improve service delivery and infrastructure development in our municipalities. During our deliberation with the department, the committee noted with appreciation the fact that the department APP is in line with the National Treasury regulation. This is indeed pleasing to note that the department is complying with the acts and policies that guide the day-to-day usage of the government funds. The committee noted that the department is planning to develop the integrated municipal audit improvement plan that will be implemented during the 2024-2025 financial year to address the matters raised on the 2023-2024 MFMA audit report and also improve the outcomes of municipalities. It is greatly appreciated and encouraging that the department is also planning to continue doing their best in helping our struggling municipalities. The committee noted with appreciation the fact that the department is planning to create job opportunities through community work programs, CWP, and the Youth Waste Management Program. This initiative will address the high level of unemployment amongst our youth. The committee noted with appreciation that the department is planning to strengthen municipalities on delivery of quality infrastructure to improve the provision of basic services in local government level. In addressing fraud and corruption, Honorable MEC, we are happy that the department is planning to support municipalities to develop policies and strategies that will monitor the extent to which the anti-corruption measures are implemented. Honorable Speaker, there is a need to monitor municipal spending patterns to ensure that our communities have access to basic services such as water and sanitation and electricity. The State of Local Government report shows that there is generally a challenge in municipalities of our province. It is greatly appreciated that the department is collaborating with the Department of Water and Sanitation to establish the provincial task team consisting of COGTA, Municipality Infrastructure Support Agent, district and local government to focus on water and sanitation issues in all our municipalities. As I conclude, Honorable Speaker, we appreciate the endless support in the task of making local government and traditional leadership institutions work for the benefit of all our people. Let us join hands in the reconstruction and development of our province. Honorable Speaker, I move that the House adopt and approve the amount of 787,139,000 as requested by the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Songo. Honorable S.J. Masango.
Thank you, Speaker. MEC, ongumkhaya wena. Bodlula lapha esiyavuso eMashadi Secondary School. Mlandu kaMasango khona lapha. Honorable Speaker, yesterday this August House appraised the decision that was taken to amalgamate the Department of COGTA and Human Settlement. As the DA, we are firmly against this decision because this is going to be a mammoth task for the MEC to oversee two departments that are in shambles. As we stand here today, we have a Department of Human Settlement which has contributed to the housing backlog of 2,705,108 by failing to meet on-set targets. And we have various municipalities in this province that are suffering from persistent financial crisis. Municipalities like Emalahleni, Kavanbegi, and Leko would have been liquidated if they operated like a business because they are technically bankrupt. MEC, you have already actually confused yourself already with this amalgamation. On your human settlement, you outlined the projects that are going to be done. And today you recycle those on COGTA budget vote. So we are born now, Kinga already. Hence, I'm quite worried about the state of our failing municipality throughout the province, especially since there is a decrease in Program 3 as it deals with infrastructure and the delivery of service to our people. Whilst I welcome the increase of the local governance program of the department, I call on the MEC to ensure the implementation of the Integrated Municipal Support Plan, Capacity Development Program, and Skill Audit Program, especially since this fell flat in implementation. We must remember since 2016, we have been implementing this initiative, as municipalities like Emalahleni, Kavanbegi, and Lekwa found themselves operating at a loss, had high debt to entities like Eskom and Rentwater. Because of this debt, most of these municipalities were unable to give their residents access to basic services. I refer you to Lekwa, where Astra Foods had to take the municipality to court just to secure stable water and electricity. Such situation can never be deemed acceptable. As we sit here and debate, the state of finances in municipalities like Emalahleni, Gavanbegi, Lekwa, Msikwaliko, and City of Mbombela are in shambles. Presently, just Emalahleni and Gavanbegi owe Eskom an astonishing 12.8 billion rand, and because of which service delivery has taken a backseat. All the while, the MISP, capacity development and skill audits were in place. Honorable Speaker, our municipalities are a cold face of service delivery, and because of which they must be accessible and in a position to deliver service to their residents. It is because of this that I call on the department to follow through on the implementation of these plans and ensure that steps are taken to improve revenue generation and related payment of creditors. In 2018 MEC, 5 municipalities were placed under Section 139 of the MFA, called Financial Recovery Plan. This plan, for the past 5 years, has not yielded any positive results. I want to send to this recovery plan, nothing.
1 minute left, Honorable Member.
Ngakhuluma ngeGavanbegi ngoba ngiyazi ngibhekile akuna next cent obuyile ku recovery plan, nothing. A better way to recover this financial plan is needed in MEC. This is not the right way. We need a better way. I do believe that in order to ensure our efficiency in the delivery of service, we must deal with the financial crisis a lot of our municipality are in. Honorable MEC, we support the smart meters, but please just take the hexing meters. They are not SAPS approved. Ingozi, ebantwini. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Masango. Honorable Mashian. 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. MEC, thank you for your plans that you have outlined here. But a plan, MEC, remains a plan when it doesn't have implementers. I'm worried whether you have people to implement your plans, unless you want them to be in your drawer. But today I address you, Madam Speaker, with a heavy heart, as the challenges facing our municipalities have reached a crisis point. The very institutions meant to serve our people are now shackled by inefficiency, mismanagement, and a growing mountain of debt. Our municipalities are failing and we must act decisively. There is no time to lose. The Eskom debt crisis is dragging our municipalities into deeper financial distress. This burden, now running into billions, is not just a figure on paper. It reflects failing infrastructure, broken promises, and communities left in darkness. This situation is unsustainable and it demands urgent intervention. Compounding this crisis, the debt owed to rainwater, the lifeblood of our communities, is at risk as unpaid bills threaten to cut off essential water services. In some parts of Govanembeki, residents have experienced low water pressure while others have none. Our people deserve better. They deserve leadership that ensures the basic necessities of life are never compromised. I'm happy that you also have a plan on that one and have got a committee to deal with this issue. Amidst this turmoil, our traditional leaders have a critical role to play. As custodians of our heritage and the bridge between our past and future, their wisdom and authority must be integrated into our governance structures. I don't think that can happen with 22 million. This partnership is essential to ensuring that our development is rooted in the values and needs of our communities. Together, we can restore faith in governance and deliver the service our people desperately need. But the road is not within our municipality. But the road within our municipalities runs deep.
The constant changes in mayoral positions have created instability and confusion, leaving our municipalities leaderless at a time when strong leadership is needed most. It is unacceptable that 4 ANC-run municipalities operated without mayors for weeks, plunging them into a state of paralysis. I'm happy that that was solved, but it must never happen, MEC. It really causes paralysis.
22 seconds, Honorable Member.
These issues should be addressed and resolved, not compounded by political gamesmanship. Our people deserve stability, continuity, and effective governance. The challenges we face are complex and intertwined, but they are not insurmountable. It is time for leadership that is truly committed to serving the people. We must confront these challenges head on.
Your time is exhausted, Honorable Member Mashiane.
I do support your budget, MEC, with plans being implementable. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mashiane. Now I'm calling upon Honorable S.S. Mahlangu, my apologies, Mahlangu, for 8 minutes.
Mphathi somlomo ngithanda ukukulotshisa ngilotshise usekela somlomo ubaba uSongethe Masango ngilotshise uPremier undunankulu weprovince in absentia ubaba uPM Ndlovu ngilotshise amalunga wesigungu esiphezulu esiphethe indlu yasiphetha mthetho eMpumalanga ngilotshise amalunga ahloniphekileko wendlu yesigungu esiphezulu seMpumalanga ngilotshise umongameli wehlangano yamakhosi ehlabathini ubaba uMkwena uphinda abe ngusihlalo wendlu yamakhosi eMpumalanga province ngilotshise nosekela sihlalo wakhe ukhona phakathi kwethu ngilotshise zonke intatanyiswa ezikhona phakathi kwethu. Honorable Speaker, it is an honor for me to be part of this debate on the budget vote 4 of the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. I am very grateful to say that it is in this department that our people can indeed feel that democracy during our lifetime has been finally achieved and the intentions of attaining freedom has been realized. Municipalities are at the coal phase of the service delivery as they are closer to our people. It is in this sphere of government that democracy can be felt. Honorable Speaker, the main aim and objective of this sphere of provincial administration, it is to bring the public together to participate in their own governance through organs of local administration and the leadership of traditional authorities. In this regard, we have seen our local authorities and our traditional leaders beginning to see a profound need to work hand in hand to better the lives of our people. It is in the function of this department to assist our municipality to fulfill the constitutional mandate and make a meaningful impact on the lives of our people. Whereby some municipalities are performing poorly, the department assists to turn around the audit outcomes. The Portfolio Committee of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs has met to scrutinize and ascertain whether the department has achieved its goal and whether it has sufficient budget to efficiently implement all its programs to give the people of our province better service during the 2024-2025 financial years. During our meeting with the department, a number of issues were raised. The committee has noted with concern that there are challenges facing our municipalities regarding the provision of basic services such as water, sanitation, electricity, refuse removal, and road maintenance. We must work together in ensuring that our communities are always rendered service on time. And the committee also noted that the department is working closely with the Department of Minerals and Energy, DMRE, in supporting struggling municipalities to service their ESCOM account. It is greatly appreciated and encouraged that the department is also planning to continue doing their best by helping these municipalities. The committee noted with appreciation the fact that the department is planning to create job opportunities through Community Works Program, CWP, across the 17 local municipalities. The aim of the department is to maintain 26,000 participants, create 190 opportunities through the Youth Waste Management Project. This initiative will address the high level of unemployment amongst our youth. The committee also commended the department that they properly reported on the House resolution for 2023-2024 financial year. A number of challenges were addressed and some are still to be attended to. It is greatly appreciated that the department is fully supportive to the House of Traditional Leaders. This support must be encouraged, since unity in strength and success in all spheres of life is based on unity in action. Honorable Speaker, ngiyathanda ukuqinisela lamagama ngoba ukuhlangana nokubumbana phakathi kombuso obusako nendlu yamakhosi kuzokwenza ukuthi umbuso wethu ukwazi ukuthi uye phambili. It's a scientifically proven solution. It's a formula that it can win for our community and the people of Mpumalanga province. When you look at countries like your England, Japan, and United Emirates, lapho kunobukhosi khona, nekusetshenziswana nobukhosi indlela iyaphambili iyabonakala. In conclusion, Honorable Speaker, I move that the House adopt and approve the amount of 787,139,000 to the department as appropriate. I thank you. Ngiyathokoza.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mahlangu. We are now calling upon the Honorable MEC to come and respond.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me commend all members who partake on this debate. Well, indeed, Honorable Nkosi, we agree with you in terms of the ESCOM debt. And all members, they raise ESCOM debt remains a major concern. In my opening paraphrase, I did mention that some of this problem are the repercussions of some boycotts happened many times ago, where the culture of payment was eroded, and that was the reason behind that. The question obviously we must ask ourselves here, members seated here, how many of you are paying municipal services? And I think if Honorable Speaker, through your Chief Whip, we can bring a report in this chamber, it will assist so that we don't just speak less. Then community can be quite encouraged because it's a major problem. We agree with you, Honorable Nkosi. We'll continue to fill in the funded position. I did demonstrate that, look, we all aspire appointing the right personnel. It is not an easy exercise. And the system gets created in the past, make many people not able
to acquire this. Despite that, you might no longer worried about experience, but you are worried about the qualifications of individuals. So it's a lot of challenges to are faced, especially when you've got an Equity Act where you must balance. It's not automatic. I showed that you've got 60-40. At other positions get reversed because as they come to departments, we check, we discover that well, municipalities under frustration, but they don't meet the requirements of the 50-50 in terms of the employment equity. And we don't approve that, despite this individual meet the requirements. Because there is a fine municipality must pay to the Department of Labor. So there is a variety of reasons that we end up not filling some funded positions. But we are determined to do that. Honorable Skosana, well, I appreciate and I think well said, except the issue of Vugu Uzake. Maybe well up some times ago. No, I encourage you to go there now. The water is there. We have that project. We provided temporary toilets because we couldn't put people there without sanitation. But we have since removed all those temporary toilets because they are now flushing. So I'd encourage you to go there and check that information. Yeah, no, I'm not check. Well, in any exercise we undertake, we learn lessons from one municipality to other, and it's always good that we learn the lesson. So I think we're fine. The issue of the high corruption and tender awarding. Look, this government put a lot of system. One, we have removed tenders from the public representative and allowed the bid adjudication to be bidding officials there. In the event there is a perceived corruption, let's not just talk about corruption because it's general word. Asisondele izosinceda ukuthi siqede. In the presentation was presented earlier in this chamber, they've shown abantu that they've not done things right nge-COVID. Baboshiwa abanye. That was demonstrated by this government. It might take some time because we must be certain. Honorable Lukele, I can see a leader of opposition is ever absenting himself, Speaker. You must note that. Honorable. He did talk about this issue and we responded. So, kuzobaluleka ukuthi corruption siye phezu kwayo, but specific. Because if asikho specific, so bopha abantu baphume ejele siblame amaphoyisa. Kanti it's not the issue. The one who complains must bring evidence. Honorable Malachi, well, the system is there. We shall improve on the system and wanted to link the system. Today, technology has improved to an extent that we can manage a lot of things using the proper system. But the system needs a proper monitoring. At the Premier's office, as the archive department office, they do that. But we agree that we should have the system. The issue of ESCOM, I've already spoken to the ESCOM. Well, the issue of budget. Look, when we pass budget, and this budget was passed, and later there was pronouncement. Now you still have to go to budget adjustment to move other issues, but so that we follow the procedure. Are we double happy? So we are mindful The 287 traditional leaders, which is the head man and the head woman, the process is almost done. We're appointing them. They've gone through my office, and the premier still have to appoint them. We needed 38 million to respond to that. And we're moving gradually, otherwise we'll be irresponsible. But that issue premier confirmed, it's not going to change. It's going to remain as it is. 2026 is still far, Honorable Malachi. Never try to look the Marcos vote. Ngiyakubona suya campaign. Amakhosi ahlakaniphile avula amehlo. So we are campaigning at 2026. We are still coming. Sasekude 26. 26 must be everything is ngomom. Indaba kuzabe wele past the Honorable Malachi. Kuzabe kulungile. Good job. But the matter did receive attention, and as we do budget adjustment, we'll able to adjust other budgets as we move, so that we respond to what could be served as a shortfall. Well, we do concurrence, and we do return number of them, and that's why some delays do come. Because I can tell you, if we can just allow it as a MSC, we shall have created a problem in the sector. So there is no appointment. And that's why there was another issue in Bombela, which we are dealing with, is precisely because courts pick up the departments about 1-2 issues. Diligent work is done. So, and as we do that, we need to follow due process. Remember, COGTA, we're dealing with human beings who've got the rights as well. You know, as you say this is wrong, you must prove without beyond a reasonable doubt. Never. You'll end up being caught all the time. So it becomes a process. I think, Honorable Mhlongo, we agree with your session on the issues that we raised. I fully agree. Well, Bamasango, siyathokoza Bamasango. Well, it's true. Abu masipala bethu abanamali. That is not a secret. Our municipality live from hand to mouth. Something that we are trying to work very hard. What do we do? That's why R29 was introduced from the National Treasury. Tried to deal in Dabayaga ESCOM. And that's why, as a province, we have appointed a team to do the moderation within COGTA, so that we don't lose that issue and leave it between municipality and the National Treasury. And later must take account. We are there to make sure that the money provided is dealt with accordingly. We agree that the debts increase, and one of issues is ESCOM, and we're determined to get some solution. It's not an easy exercise, because we are COGTA, we can easily speak to ESCOM. No, it's a matter require national parliament than just ourselves. On the issue of the 139 recovery plan, yes, that is per constitution, as we all know, section 29. Yes, we are looking forward, and that's why we are revisiting how much we've made progress out of those municipalities that we put under a recovery plan as a requirement. So I take note of that issue I've raised. The issue here of the SA subs and SABS, yes, we're not able to have a meter that is not SABS approved. And that's exactly what we were discussing, so that we don't have a meter that will give problem. If we are going to have such, some meters might ban properties of other people and incur money.
So we'll monitor all those aspects, and that's why it will not be left outside. As COGTA in the province, we are part to check all the ingredients that we have just said. I think Honorable Mashian, well, we agree there is some plan that we have put in place to deal with the issue of Abu Maspala. One of the critical issues is to intensify as well our MUNMEC, our PCF, so that continuously we can monitor these municipalities. We are doing assessment to put these municipalities into categories further. Because remember, in South Africa, we've got only 3 categories of municipalities. It's category A at metros. Category B are municipalities, all municipalities. Emakazeni is equal to Mbombela under that category. Then we've got category C, which are the district. But in our case, we want to segment it further, making that, well, we've got category B, but Emakazeni and Mbombela are not the same, despite that under category B. And we are categorizing them further so that we are able to concentrate on the issues. But as far as the issue of the traditional leaders, I've already responded in that regard. Well, we have dealt with the issue of the mayors. But for me, as the COGTA MEC, what is key is administration. And this is what we want to concentrate. Because municipalities, if they've got a good administration, they can run. They can run. You remember the country ran with only president without ministers. For maybe how many weeks? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Now, when we've got HOD, we've got municipal managers and the team that are strong at the municipalities, they can keep the fire going. Well, we are still fighting who becomes the mayor and that and that and that and that. Because other problems in the municipalities, there might be at administration, like happened in Johannesburg, where there's problem. You see, fighting over that. But if we've got the strong municipal managers below and the team, they can run administration and give services to the people. Well, the chamber is still on fire. Undabezita, Siyathokoza, Honorable Mahlangu, issues that we have raised. Indeed, we are going to proceed with our CWP and assist municipalities that I've already mentioned, that we are going to help them, try to create jobs. We believe as a department of COGTA, municipalities, we do have a responsibility and duty to assist to alleviate poverty. But generally, we are happy with the ideas. You have empowered us, you have enriched us. As we progressed, we shall take some of the advice you have put and utilize them to manage the department properly. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. This now brings us to the conclusion of this debate on vote for. Now, honorable members, the question before your good selves is whether we agree to adopt the report as tabled by Honorable Nkosi.
Agreed.
As so agreed. Thank you very much. This now concludes the business of the day today. You are all requested to remain standing until the procession has left the chamber. The House is adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, the 8th of August, 2024 at 9 o'clock in this very same chamber. Thank you very much.
La.
Oh, ngile hospital. Ngile hospital.
I'm leading a police assess.
Chairperson.
Okay, Liam.
Right, go ahead. I can right.
Yes, yeah, Billy.
Yes, okay.
Dabasita.
We must take a standard picture everywhere.
Ngiyanda silo mkhalakala.
Yabona liberate.
I have a meeting tomorrow. Yeah. No, that's yeah, girl. You look nice. Sexy.
Sure.